Galvanized body Cordoba perfectly resist the red disease. True, some characteristic problems with body parts were nevertheless noted. See resource and repair. Thanks to the high stern, the trunk volume is one of the largest in the class, 485L. It can be further increased by folding down the rear seats. The loading opening is also quite large compared to many sedans, although there are still comments on the ergonomics of the cargo compartment. See photo. In addition, because of the high trunk, visibility has suffered. The extreme rear dimension of the car is not visible. Interior design corresponds to the peppered image of the model. The corresponding impression is created by round, like in real sports cars, interior details, pointers on the instrument panel, air vents, knobs for adjusting the air conditioning and interior heating systems, and the left half of the dashboard turned towards the driver. The sporty spirit is even more noticeable in the sport versions with the 2.0-liter engine. By the way, in them, seats with developed lateral support are installed not only in front, but also in the back, which is why the support rollers will rest against the back of the average passenger. And in general, 3 people in Cordoba are uncomfortable. In all versions, the tall and wide central tunnel of the body interferes with the one sitting in the middle. The peculiarity of the sports is that instead of the climate, they were more often equipped with air conditioning, and only the front windows were equipped with an electric wire. There are no comments on the quality of the plastic trim or interior trim. Of the problems, we note the malfunctions of the climate control unit for versions 2003 to 2006. The radiator cooling fans did not turn off for a long time. The unit needed to be replaced. May-etch air conditioning filling valves. The speaker in the instrument panel fails, as a result of which the buzzer does not work when the driver's door is opened. When the dimensions and turn signals are turned on, changes with the shield. Cordoba has a wide range of gasoline and diesel powertrains, but officially we only sold gasoline modifications with engines, 1.4 and 2.0 liters, sport version. A larger engine is best suited to the hot image of the model, but you should not expect outstanding sports results from it. Acceleration to hundreds in 10.4s. In auto-active drivers, a negative feature of the 2.0-liter unit, which is also inherent in other models of the VW concerned with this engine, may appear: increased oil consumption. On cars with runs over 100,000 kilometers, the oil appetite reaches 0.5 liters per 1,000 kilometers. Although neat and calm drivers from replacement to replacement of lubricant, after 10,000 kilometers, add no more than 500 g of oil, which corresponds to the manufacturer's standards. The smaller 1.4-liter brother, even with the mechanics, is not so frisky, according to the manufacturer, from 0 to 100 km/h in 13.6s. But it is more economical. In the city it consumes 8.9 liters with manual transmission and 10.3 liters with automatic transmission for 100 against 11 liters for a 2.0-liter unit. The ignition system of the 1.4L engine is equipped with individual ignition coils. During operation, they may fail. The timing drive in both units is driven by a belt, which must be changed along with the rollers every 90,000 kilometers. The period is for branded parts. In this case, it is also necessary to replace the pump driven by the timing belt, and in the 1.4-liter engine, also the belt connecting the camshafts. In the cooling system, fluid may leak through the temperature sensor on the radiator. You need to replace the old sensor gasket. All Cordoba are front-wheel drive. The 1.4-liter versions were equipped with both manual and automatic transmissions. The 2.0-liter versions were equipped only with manual gearboxes. Both units proved to be reliable. Mechanics is characterized by the clarity of gear shifting, but the clutch pedal is soft and uninformative. The hydraulic clutch works without problems. The oil in the manual transmission is designed for the entire service life, and in the automatic transmission it must be changed every 100,000 kilometers. Suspension Cordoba knocked down. In the sport versions, it is tougher. It's worth blaming the more powerful silent blocks of levers and low-profile tires measuring 205/45 or 16 for this. However, thanks to such features, these versions are endowed with excellent driving characteristics, high stability and handling. The braking capabilities are also good. In the sport, all disc brakes, 1.4 liters, have drums at the rear, and the front brake discs are of increased diameter. In the chassis, an independent McPherson is used in front, and a semi-independent torsion beam is used in the rear. The weak point of the suspensions is the bearings of the support pads of the front struts and the support pads of the rear shock absorbers. See Resource and Repair. The stabilizer bushings last about 60,000 kilometers, and the struts up to 100,000 kilometers. Ball bearings, front silent blocks of the front levers, and gum of the rear beam go 150 to 200,000 kilometers. Rear silent blocks of the front levers until 2009, about 50,000 kilometers, but later they were modernized, increasing the resource to 100,000 kilometers. It is difficult to change them. The clip of the rear silent blocks is bolted to the aluminum subframe. Bolts get stuck and break when unscrewed. All Cordoba versions are perfectly controlled thanks to the informative steering, equipped with an electric power booster that changes the degree of gain depending on the speed of movement. Over time, on cars of the first years of production, the steering wheel can rotate with great effort. The reason is the wear of the power steering valve. Of the consumables, tie rods wear out faster, but they can also last at least 100,000 kilometers. In the brake system, only the rear drums in the 1.4-liter versions can disturb. See Weaknesses of the car. Used Seat Cordoba still attract with a hot image, backed up by the appropriate design, as well as excellent driving performance. This model will also please with its functionality. The trunk is one of the most capacious. Its transformation is possible. In Cordoba, as in all cars, there are weaknesses, although they do not affect the reliability of the model as a whole.